India has now slapped fresh trade restrictions on Bangladeshi exports through its northeastern land ports in a move that could severely impact Dhaka's multi-million-dollar garment industry. The decision comes in the wake of controversial remarks made by Bangladesh's interim chief advisor Muhammad Yunus in China, where he described India's northeast as a landlocked region with no ocean access. And calling these comments diplomatically insensitive, Indian officials say the move aims to ensure reciprocity in trade and correct a long-standing imbalance. From now on, all Bangladeshi goods, including ready-made garments, food items, furniture and plastics, they're going to be rerouted through Kolkata or Nhava Sheva ports, substantially increasing the transportation and logistical costs. The northeastern states, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram, will now see tightened import flows, potentially opening new doors for local Indian manufacturers. And officials argue Bangladesh has continued to impose unfair port restrictions and higher tariffs on Indian exports, especially to its northeast. Trade corrections or retaliation cloaked in diplomacy? Well, you can be the judge of that. But the move comes right after Muhammad Yunus's northeast landlocked remark on India. Joining us here on the broadcast to help put the story into perspective and an expert take on this, Ambassador Ashok Sajjanar, former Indian diplomat, with us this very morning. A very warm welcome to you, Ambassador. How do you look at this development, Ambassador? Is this the right step that has been taken, given the souring ties between India and Bangladesh? And the officials from the Ministry of Commerce have also said that these were long-standing imbalances that needed to be corrected. These were trade imbalances. How are you looking at these developments? Did we take the right step?
Thank you very much, Kabir. Thank you for having me on the show. Yes, absolutely right. I think the manner in which Bangladesh has been acting of late, particularly after last year, August 5th, when Muhammad Yunus government came in and Sheikh Hasina was ousted. After that, there have been very many unfriendly actions. You have mentioned about Yunus's remarks when he visited Beijing, thereby sort of, thumping his chest and saying that China should come to Bangladesh and China can get an access to the Indian Ocean, to the Bay of Bengal through Bangladesh, and it should start its production in Bangladesh. And many other measures also, both in the area of politics, security, strategic affairs, and also economy. So I think this is a very good move. What we had done earlier, all these actions that were taken, and also, the earlier action of permitting Bangladesh goods exports through some of the airports from India, from Kolkata, etc., they were basically extended as gestures of goodwill and to promote, positive bilateral relations when Sheikh Hasina was in power. But after that, of course, we have seen very many unfriendly acts. So this is definitely the right way to go. There needs to be some tightening up as far as the Bangladesh economy is concerned, its access to India is concerned. They have stopped yarn imports. I think this is from India. This, in my view, is, shooting itself in the foot. Literally, cutting its nose to spite its face, because all its export garment, ready-made garments.
And that's a huge market, Ambassador. The ready-made garments is a huge market. Take a look at all those top brands that incorporate, the industries in Bangladesh. And the people over there that are making the cheap labor in Dhaka that's making all of these ready-made garments, they know that they go on a strike and the prices will increase at Zara showrooms and H&M showrooms across the world, especially India as well. And this is not just exports to India. These are in-transit exports to Nepal and Bhutan. And very interestingly, Ambassador, need your insights on this one. India has, sort of let go of those tariff restrictions on fish and edible oil and, crushed stone that's coming from Bangladesh. So India is also, navigating this very smartly. But what do you think the implication is going to be on the multi-million-dollar market coming from Dhaka? This is not just going to impact India, but top brands across the world.
Yeah, I think a couple of points, very interesting points you have raised, Kabir. Let me address them one by one.
Yep.
One is in terms of, the ready-made garments. As far as Bangladesh is concerned, its employment is concerned, all these special economic zones are concerned, there the employment is provided by the export of these ready-made garments. So, leave alone the increase in prices in Zara and H&M and others in India and abroad. Basically, it is going to have an impact on the employment, on the jobs, on the growth as far as Bangladesh is concerned, because its largest export revenue is obtained through the export of ready-made garments. So that is number one. Number two, we have not, the goods going to Nepal and Bhutan, for which India is used as the transit country. We have not had any restrictions. We have not placed any restrictions on that. Basically, because we do not want to adversely impact upon the economies of the neighboring countries, our friendly countries, Bhutan and Nepal. So that is being allowed to continue as a responsible country. India is allowing its territory to be used for transit purposes. Thirdly, what you mentioned about fish and oil and crushed stones, these are items that are urgently required by our common people in those states, by for their own livelihood, for their own work, for their own necessary consumption and expenditure. So I think those are also not being acted upon. But basically here the idea is to push back upon against what Bangladesh has been doing, Bangladesh actions it has taken, and actions it has taken not so much in terms of helping itself, but basically which it thinks can prove to be problematic for India. So I think it's time that India also took cognizance. We've been very both generous and considerate and understanding that maybe these were earlier, these were initial months and they will settle down, but it doesn't
Not
appear to
anymore.
be.
Not anymore, Ambassador. And there's one last aspect to look at over here as well, Ambassador, because today all the newspapers are carrying the mapped pictures of the new northeast link to Kolkata, which is going to be via the sea route, and this is going to give Bangladesh a complete miss altogether. Take a look at this. What starts in Kolkata through the Kaladan multimodal transit project will then straight away go to Sitwe in Myanmar. It's going to go to Paletwa, Kaletwa, Zorinpoi, Langtlai, and finally Aizawl, and then that high-speed corridor is going to take the goods right up to Shillong. So Bangladesh given a complete miss in this new sea link from Kolkata to Myanmar.
No, absolutely. I think if you are able to get that going very soon, quickly, it is going to, all the revenue, all the transit revenue that Bangladesh has been able to earn from India because of its goods that have been transiting through its territory to the northeast. And it has recently also raised the rate of the transit revenue per ton, per mile of Indian products traversing its territory. So that has also gone up, and that's also not a friendly act. So if we are able to get this Kaladan multimodal transit project going on, I think it's going to be a huge boost, not only as far as northeast linkage with Kolkata, India is concerned, but also as far as Myanmar is concerned, because this whole region, this goes through the Rakhine land, which is some sort of a troubled part of Myanmar. But one caution, if I could, mention here, Kabir, is that we've been working on this Kaladan multimodal transit project for a long time. I have visited this whole area, in Mizoram, in Aizawl, etc. It's a very treacherous land. It's very treacherous territory, and that is why it is taking us so much time. But I guess now, as they say, necessity is the mother of invention. It has become absolutely critical and crucial for us to do that. So I
Right
do
on.
hope that we put our shoulders to the till and get it going very soon.